If you've ever tried to get customer service from Uber, the following 6 words probably won't surprise you. Uber does not care about you. Alright, listen, cut out those last 2. It's really just Uber doesn't care. The part about you is completely incidental. Now, this would be a problem for most businesses, but Uber is so far ahead of every company in their space that Uber does not care is something they can afford, at least for now. But Uber's just lost me, and if my math is correct, they'll lose a few hundred more users after this piece goes around. Again, they're huge, so at the moment, let's be honest, that doesn't matter. Well, unless you're someplace where people just don't travel. You know Uber. They were backed over the last few years with about $1 bazillion from folks like Ashton Kutcher. Uber is far and away the largest ride-hailing service in the world, and they keep expanding both in size and in scope. When I started spending time there earlier this year, I was very happy to find Uber had just started operating in Birmingham, Alabama, and the folks who lived there in the Magic City were happy too. But I live and I spend the bulk of my time in New York City, where we've had Uber for years and where Uber has a lot of competition. It's a different world. But it's not different to Uber. Uber doesn't care, to the point that "you're just a transaction" has never been more true. Last Saturday evening, I was on the way out to dinner and I hailed an Uber, but as I was requesting a car, something glitched and my request got stuck at requesting. Really stuck. Removed the Uber app from my phone, cleared all the caches, rebooted, and reinstalled the app. Stuck. And as soon as I put my account details back into Uber, requesting happened again. Well, harking back to my days as the computer answer guy, I can tell you that the only conclusion to be drawn was that my request for an Uber was simply stuck in their system. The problem was not in the Uber app, and it was not in my phone. And I later proved this to myself by going through those steps again and inputting my fiance's Uber account details. Everything was fine. I redid things, and as soon as I put my account in, yep, you guessed it, right back to requesting. So then over the course of the next few days, I went back and forth with Uber help, that's in quotation fingers, my friends, about 12 times, responding in line so they could see everything to customer service contacts. Every note was from a different person at Uber, keep demanding that I started over by doing everything I'd already done and requesting the screenshot you see here 4 times. It got to the point that I actually said, "Hey, could you read backward before you respond because we've already covered this territory?" I even explained that I was clearly stuck in the Uber system and I asked that my account get cleared, which was rejected as not possible. I'm not sure whether it was not possible to be stuck or not possible to be cleared. It probably means no one there knew what they were doing. So last night, 94 hours after my request for a car, everything ran through and an Uber driver pulled up and I was not there, and I was charged a no-show fee, and I'll expect to see my Uber rating drop as soon as the driver gigs me for not being there. Well, not being there didn't mean I didn't get all of this happening in real time. That's what's great about Uber. But it's also what's great about their competitors. And here in New York City, getting a car from Lyft or from Get is almost as easy as from Uber. In fact, you can even hail a New York City taxi from your phone directly. But because I'm used to Uber, well, I'm like the rest of you, I would have stayed with them until I wrote to get my cancellation fee put back in my bank account, and Uber's response was to issue me a credit I could use on a future trip. Now, here's the funny, sad part. Here at Answer Guy Central, where customer service is a touchstone both for us and our clients, we maintain the Answer Guy's customer service wall of shame, and the Uber does not care thing illustrates not so much that Uber's customer service is bad, but that they just don't have any. And because that's true, we're not even bothering to put them on the wall of shame. Bringing us back to you. Whether it occurs to you or not, you are in the customer service business, and if you forget that, you will chase customers away. If your business is big enough, you might not think you care, but unless you're large enough for Uber does not care to apply, then if you have competition of any sort and don't invest in customer service, you are making a crucial mistake, and I'd apologize for writing 700 words to get to that 16-word punchline, but there's a part of me that hopes Uber, does care and that this story helps them. Want to talk about how you can make your customer service processes better? I'm the Answer Guy, and I'll be back.